Have you ever noticed something strange about modern fitness? It often feels like we're going to war with our own bodies. Welcome back to the Cosmic Glitch. There's this deeply ingrained mentality: no pain, no gain. As if the body is some lazy machine that has to be disciplined, forced, and pushed into submission. So we schedule an hour of suffering into our day. We go to a room full of heavy metal music and neon lights, and essentially punish our physical form into looking a certain way. And to be fair, it works. At least in the short term. You can force the body to adapt. You can break muscle fibers down so they rebuild bigger. You can spike your metabolism and change your physical metrics. But if you look at this from a Daoist point of view, the whole approach starts to feel a little backwards. Taoism sees the body very differently. Not as a machine that needs to be conquered, but as a living system that needs to be nourished. The idea is simple. Your goal isn't to dominate your body. Your goal is to support it. When you constantly push yourself to exhaustion, glorify muscle failure, and treat pain like a badge of honor, you are constantly leaking your chi, your vital energy. You're basically running your system in permanent stress mode. And long-term, that doesn't really nourish you. It burns you out. Even the environment reflects this a little. Modern gyms are usually enclosed spaces with recycled air, mirrors for ego checking, and repetitive movements that don't really exist in nature. It's not the biggest problem in the world, but it does create this weird sense that movement has become something artificial. So what's the alternative? When people hear Daoist movement, they usually think of Tai Chi. And Tai Chi is wonderful. It's slow, circular, and very much aligned with the Tao. But the real idea is actually much simpler. It all comes down to one core principle: naturalness. In other words, letting movement arise naturally. If you wake up and your body feels stiff, you stretch. If you feel restless energy, you go for a walk. Not a power walk with a heart rate target, just a walk. Let your mind wander. Let your body move. And if your body is tired, you rest. Without guilt. Without feeling like you failed because you skipped leg day. Now you might ask, does this mean we never push ourselves? From a strict Taoist perspective, you generally avoid forcing intensity. But that doesn't mean being sedentary. Think about animals in nature. A tiger can explode into a sprint with terrifying power when it needs to, but it doesn't run on a treadmill for 40 minutes just to burn calories. Intensity happens naturally. If you suddenly feel the urge to sprint up a hill, lift something heavy, or exert yourself completely, go ahead. That's natural. What's unnatural is scheduling suffering for 6 a.m. on a Tuesday when your body is begging for more sleep. And interestingly, this more relaxed approach often leads to a healthier body over time. When you stop constantly fighting yourself, inflammation drops, stress hormones calm down. Instead of looking tight, swollen, or strained, the body tends to settle into something more balanced, more fluid, more natural. It finds its own perfect, unforced proportion. You glow differently because your energy is being conserved, not constantly depleted. Of course, we still live in the real world. Sometimes it's freezing outside. Sometimes the gym is just the most practical place to move your body. That's perfectly fine. The real shift isn't about abandoning the gym. It's about abandoning the mindset of conquering yourself. Whether you're on a forest trail or a rubber gym floor, the principle stays the same. Move with your nature, not against it. Don't punish yourself into health. Nourish yourself into it. If this perspective resonates with you, feel free to subscribe and stick around. This is the Cosmic Glitch. See ya.